Welcome to this guided practice where we'll explore both breath awareness and breath counting. These guided practices give us a chance to experience the practice, learning the different skills, and then gradually we learn to practice on our own. As with each practice period, we begin with settling into the body and landing ourselves in the present moment. Just take a moment here to bring your attention into your body and to settle yourself into the posture. Whether you're seated on a chair or on a cushion, take these first few moments of your practice. Take your awareness right down into the ground. Connect to the floor through your feet, or to the floor beneath you through your crossed legs. Sense the ground and feel anchored by it. And from that, feel the sense of the spine lengthening out as you feel the connection to the cushion or to the seat of the chair beneath you. You take a moment here to let the spine lengthen up, and from that allow the shoulders, torso, belly, even down through the arms into the fingertips, allowing the body to settle here. As the body settles, the mind begins to quiet. Taking your awareness up into the neck, relax the neck muscles. And then reaching into the head, relax the jaw. Softly place the tongue on the roof of the mouth. The eyes, they can be softly closed or open, gazing downward. The face relaxes. The whole head relaxes, even to the crown, where it softens and opens us to the sky above us. Feeling the body as a whole and relaxing into the body, we begin to settle more deeply into practice. As you settle here, we'll begin turning our attention inwardly towards the breath, where the breath becomes the main focus of our attention. This is shamatha, abiding calmly practice. So as you bring your attention, we'll begin by focusing at the entry point of the breath, right at the nostrils. Just notice what happens here. We develop concentration by directing our mind to the sensation of the in and exhalation here. You may notice a soft sensation or a sense of warmth as you exhale and a coolness as you inhale. Or the breath may be so subtle here, you really have to focus, and you may need to draw the breath in just a bit to sense it. Buddha taught this awareness of the breath because the breath is always present. It's always happening. Let your awareness of the breath expand as you feel the breath coming into the body, into the lungs, filling the side ribs, extending itself into the diaphragm and belly. We sometimes call this the breath body, feeling the body of the breath as it moves in and out. Remember, mindfulness develops non-distraction. So when you notice the mind wandering, distracted, you bring it back. The wonderful Zen teacher Thich Nhat Hanh would say that everything is there for us in this breath meditation when we bring ourselves fully into the present moment. He encourages us to practice not just focused on the sensation of the breath, but in awareness of the breath, so that as you breathe in, you realize, I'm breathing in, and you might just say, inhale. And on the out-breath, I'm aware, I'm breathing out, and so I might just say, out-breath, or breathe out. In many traditions, it's encouraged with focusing the breath on a specific point. So you might bring your attention to the breath moving at the belly, just at the diaphragm, or at the point where the ribs expand or the chest moves and you can sense the sensation of clothing moving, or at the nostrils. Through the practice of mindful breath awareness, we develop these different ways of working with the breath. So experiment for a little while, really focusing it, if you like, on one point. really landing on this one point. And each time the breath returns, stay with it. And each time the mind wanders, bring it back home. Buddha also taught the method of breath counting, where we create a more vivid, concentrated focus. There are several ways we can practice it. The first way is on the inhalation, you mentally count 1, and on the exhalation, mentally count 2, and continuing inhaling 3, exhaling 4, and the breath continues up to 10, and then you can count back to 1 or start at 1 again. In this way, you follow, and when you lose count, you just start where you left off or begin back at 1 again. You can also practice using a whole breath to count 1, where you in and exhale counting 1, in and exhale counting 2, and again continuing to 10 and come back to 1. In longer practice periods, you might count to 30 or to 50 or 100 and back to 1. It's not important, and we don't strive to get somewhere in our counting. The act of counting is the practice. The practice is to stay present on your chosen focus. I'll guide you in the first method so that as you inhale, staying clearly anchored on the point of your focus of the breath, where the physical sensation of the breath is strongest for you, then you begin your counting. As you inhale, count 1. As you exhale, count 2. As you inhale, count 3. As you exhale, count 4. And continuing like this, 5 and 6 on the exhale. And when you reach 10, count backwards to 1. If you lose count, just pick up wherever you left off or go back to 1. as you develop these practice skills, each time you practice and learn to practice on your own, you begin by settling into the body, then go deeper, settling into breath awareness. You could stay in breath awareness for the practice period, or you may find the mind really active, so you may decide to add breath counting through the practice period. You may do a whole period of counting. For these last few moments of the practice, you can either stay with the counting or just let your awareness rest with the breath in the present moment. May this awareness of the breath remain with you throughout your day.